Daniels went round Lagos to have a feel of the mood. Let's see what she captured.
Saint Valentine was a Roman priest and physician who suffered martyrdom during the persecution of Christians by the Emperor Claudius. Emperor Claudius at this time prohibited weddings. This was based on the hypothesis that unmarried soldiers fought better than their married counterparts because married soldiers always considered how their wives would cope after their death. However, St. Valentine went ahead to secretly join Christians in holy matrimony. This led to his arrest, imprisonment, and torture. One of the men who was to judge St. Valentine was called Asterios, whose daughter was blind. While in prison, St. Valentine wrote a letter to the daughter of Asterios and signed it off with, "From your Valentine." Since then, Valentine has come to be known as the patron saint of lovers, and the day is celebrated on the 14th of February every year. How many Nigerians know this?
It's a remembrance of someone that sacrificed himself for something else.
I was a guy back in those days, and on Valentine's Day, I think he was about to be killed or so, and he sent a letter to his loved ones. That's as far as I can remember.
It's just a lover day, share love with your loved ones.
Gifts, gifts, gifts. Yes, you're right.
I got wine, I got cake, and I got card for someone very special to my heart.
Our camera lens caught this woman who, from all indication, is making brisk sales.
Some old man, some old woman will come here, they will buy. Even all these small children going to school, they will come by and say, I want to share it to my friends, I want to give my uncle, I want to give my teacher. Some children will come by here and say, I want to buy for my mommy, I want to buy for my daddy, because I want to share love with them.
Wait a minute. Is Valentine really about presents?
I prefer cash. I prefer cash. Who doesn't want cash?
It's more expanded than that. Beyond just the natural love, it's the time to rekindle the love you have for everyone around you. So that's what it is.
I visit people cannot provide for themselves.
Today is my birthday, so I decided to do photo shoot here.
And to celebrate the day for us, this woman could not let us go empty-handed.
Auntie, happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Yes, and he is right. Valentine is not just only for lovers. Having said that, we on Newsline love you all, our dear viewers. Still in the mood of love? If music be the food of love, play on. These are the opening words of Twelfth Night by William Shakespeare, which captures the bond between lovers. Elizabeth Omori went round town on Valentine's Day to find out from Lagosians how they respond to love songs. All love songs, and I must say music and love have been partnering since the beginning of time. Thanks, Elizabeth, for that entertaining report. Now, some animals are as popular as celebrities because they have become familiar in every setting. There are others, however, who are rather obscure, yet greatly sought after due to their uniqueness. The pangolin is a good example. I bet some of you don't know what it looks like. Jennifer Igwe, who knows and saw a live one for the first time recently, tells us why it's currently the most trafficked mammal in the world.
Now, many in my generation have not seen pangolins, even those before me, and worst case scenario, the younger generation. But there's a live pangolin here. In fact, my first time of seeing a live pangolin. You say it's harmless.
It is harmless.
Okay, but can I carry?
Yes, you can.
You put it on me?
Yes.
No! Don't. Okay, don't make you look at me. Okay. But you, the tail, you hold the tail.
No problem at all.
You won't come the tail?
No, it won't.
You won't look up?
No, it won't.
Okay. Wow.
It's
now,
sleepy.
okay.
They are nocturnal animals. They sleep during the day.
I am holding a live pangolin. Okay. And this is it's moving. It's moving. Don't let it move. This is my first time of holding a live pangolin and even seeing one. It's moving.
Yes, it's
does it have to call?
It's living, so
okay.
It should move. But it's not dangerous at all.
Let's just wait. Let's finish this stand up. Hold on, pangolin. Hi, pangolin. Yeah. And it looks so harmless.
It is harmless.
Okay. So if you're thinking of eating a pangolin, don't. They're harmless and they're almost extinct. Ignore my reaction. The pangolin is harmless. At the sight of a mere rat, I take to my heels. And unlike the rat, whose population keeps increasing and needs to be checked, especially for the havoc it wreaks, the pangolin is on the International Union for Conservation's red list of endangered species. The reason for this, the scales all over it, and the fact that the pangolin is a delight for the taste bud of certain categories of bushmeat lovers.
But people don't normally go specially out looking for pangolins, except now that the international dimension has come.
The pangolin scale, experts say, has keratin found in human nails. It is also used for traditional medicine in Asia and believed to cure cancer, skin ailments, and stimulates breast milk.
So they've been consuming pangolin scales in traditional medicine for over 2,000 years to treat stuff like acne.
Mutalab Suleiman, Assistant Controller Customs, Federal Operations Unit Ikeja, says prior to year 2018, not much was known about illegal trade in pangolin or the fact that Nigeria is a major route for traffickers. In year 2018 alone, when he was put in charge of a team to bust activities of syndicates who operate in and through the nation, several seizures worth billions of naira were made.
The total quantity of seizure of pangolin stood at 14,833 metric ton of a pangolin as the total quantity, and the estimated value is not less than $900 million US.
To show the enormous profits these traffickers make at the expense of the ecosystem, Suleiman says he was offered a bribe of 50 million naira by the first culprit he nabbed. Whooping as the sum may be, he turned it down.
I want to be remembered as an officer who put in my best in defending the territorial integrity of this country.
Most local hunters who hunt the pangolin in an unsustainable manner have no clue of its international worth. Same for traders like Kunle Yunusa, who buys from hunters and resell to the traffickers.
That big one, if you want to buy it from the hunter, we can buy it 8,000, 9,000.
Okay. Then when you want to sell it, how much would you sell it?
You can sell it 15,000, 13,000.
Who are in a bit of poverty, to desist from the pangolin trade is very, very difficult. And we need to be able to get into their consciousness.
These school children took part in a contest to paint a pangolin. You've not seen a pangolin before?
No.
So were you able to draw it very well?
Because I've been studying pangolins in my school. And pangolins only give birth to one child in a year. And pangolins are also very, very friendly. They don't attack.
Vahila Ojie, who says he loves the pangolin, may one day become a vet or enthusiast like Ofwa, the vet. And maybe his generation may develop great ideas on how to better conserve the creature and sustainably explore potentials in it. That may not happen, though, if illegal trade and exploitation of pangolin are not checked.
The pangolin is a precious animal, and humans must preserve this endangered species. A blind civil servant in Ogun State got the surprise of her life recently, and everyone in that axis of Nigeria is talking about it. She has become a landlady, and this was made possible by the state governor, Ibikunle Amosun. Leko Agbonde reports that Toyin Laoshe had paid only a deposit for one of the 51 housing units before the governor stepped in.
Indeed, this woman, Toyin Laoshe, is physically challenged in the Ogun State Civil Service from Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development, has cause to glorify God. As a civil servant and especially visually impaired, Ms. Laoshe, like any other worker, has the hope of becoming a house owner, hence paying the necessary sacrifice to contribute to the housing scheme of the state chapter of the Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria. She woke up on the day the housing scheme was to be inaugurated without any inclination of what fate has in store for her, having struggled to pay over ₦1 million to be one of the beneficiaries of the housing scheme. Unknown to her, she was selected as one of the 3 beneficiaries for the symbolic presentation of keys by the governor at the ceremony. She was shocked to hear the governor announce that he would pay fully the bill for her allocation.
So this is not government, it's me. I'll be paying for her own fully.
It was not easy for me to contribute to the housing scheme of the Senior Service Association. I have been thinking, how will I be paying every month? They've given us a questionnaire to tell us to fix how much you will be paying every month, which I have done. I have 10 years left in service. I have put it there that I will pay within the 10 years that I have left in service. For the governor to tell me that he's paying for paying for me, it's really a miracle.
Toyin and others who were stunned at the governor's act of kindness described it as an example of response to clarion call on people to give succor to the less privileged members of the society.
One that took the list of our members to him, and thank God he employed some of our people. Even the bus that we are using, we wrote letter to him that we need a bus, and he presented the bus to us. So really the government have been helping us, but as people living with disability, we still need more help from the government.
The gesture, I would say, was unprecedented. Our members were so glad, and we want to say a very big thank you to His Excellency. Certainly we would have to remit. The governor has graciously granted 100% payment of our money. The association, as a responsible organization, in fact, we have even begun effecting the process of remitting her the initial full payment of what she had made so far. I understand she had paid more than ₦1 million.
Toyin was not the only one that received the benevolence of the governor. 2 other allottees received ₦1 million each to augment their payments.
We must appreciate the governor for that act of kindness. Very touching gesture. Our first break is on cue. Newsline returns shortly. All roads led to the ancient city of Zaria as people from all walks of life trooped to celebrate an icon and a pace-setter as he clocked 44 years on the throne recently. Mudassir Aliyu reports that dignitaries did not hesitate to shower encomiums on a leader they described as a father to all.
Shehu Idris was last servant the district head of Zaria, the Kewaye, and Madami of Zazzau in 1973, before he was coronated as Emir after the demise of Sarki Muhammadu Aminu. Alhaji Shehu Idris ascended the throne of Zazzau Emirate on 8th of February 1975 under the Fulani dynasty as 18th Emir of Zazzau. The Zazzau Emirate under his leadership has grown in leaps and bounds and has gained international recognition for its rich cultural heritage amidst other achievements. To celebrate his 44 years on the throne, people from all walks of life converge on the ancient city of Zaria to rejoice with the Emir Alhaji Shehu Idris as they thanked Almighty Allah for sparing his life and prayed for more prosperous years ahead.
In faith we pray. Amen.
The Emir of Zazzau, Alhaji Shehu Idris, who expressed his appreciation to the people and friends of the Emirate for the support he has been enjoying, called his subject to maintain the spirit of brotherhood for the unity and progress of the Emirate and Nigeria at large. Many dignitaries attended the occasion, among them the Director General Nigerian Television Authority Yakubu Ibn Muhammad, represented by Zonal Director NTA Kaduna Network Center Mukhtar Abdullahi, show what encomiums on the Emir.
I pray Almighty God will continue to strengthen this emirate, will give peace to the entire emirate, and will continue to give good health to His Royal Highness.
We are here purposely to congratulate the Emir for being in this for 44 years on the throne, and we wish him Allah's guidance, good health.
Well, I want to extend my hearty congratulations to His Highness the Emir of Zazzau for completing 44 years on the throne of Zazzau as the Emir of Zazzau.
We thank God and we pray for him to continue more, because Sergeant Zazzau, Dr. Shaw is an asset, it's a special person. He's been taking care of us, the Emirate, the Nigerian people. He's a peaceful man.
He make Zazzau to be the most peaceful city in Nigeria. And being 44 years on the throne, it is not an easy task.
We pray that God will continue to keep him for us, give him good health. He's a leader that loves peace, promotes development in Zazzau Emirate and the country.
The Kaduna State Governor, Malam Nasur Ahmed El Rufai, was represented by Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs.
Congratulations to the monarch. May his reign remain peaceful. The people of Abuja in Orion local government area of Edo State are in for a new exciting experience. The Federal Ministry of Information and Culture has decided to mark the territory as a cultural destination. Ivy Omoruyi will explain in clear terms what this means. Take a look.
Benin City, the heartbeat of the nation, is unarguably known for its arts, crafts and bronze plaques done by mostly indigenes of the state. The popular Igun Street of Saknamba Road is a story on its own, as it showcases crafts as well as well-sculptured works. This is Mr. Eric Obemudia, a sculptor. He is over 60 years and still involved in the business. Though he says he is driven by a passion, but having left school 40 years ago, he decided to use this handmade craft business as an alternative source of income. Now, his worry is the excessive compliance from youths who believe there is no job out there. In his words, the craft industry is a whole new vibe with huge financial gains.
The issue of, looking for greener pastures. I want to go abroad, I want to go to Ghana and make fast money. So, a lot of them are not interested, because if they have interest in this job, when they come back, they are supposed to establish a factory, not even a workshop, a factory. So, having handwork as a professional, you don't retire in your job.
Mr. Obemudia's thoughts are not different from that of the federal government for its teeming youths. Hence, the inauguration of a culture industry in Abuja, Orion local government area, 30 minutes drive from Benin City. A project by the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, facilitated to the state by Senator Matthew Ohide, representing Edo South Senatorial District.
Before I was born, something like this was not there. It has started coming now. We should appreciate God.
If say the whole our leaders is making this project, I think
the essence of the culture industry is clear. Those from the Federal Ministry of Information believe that the youths of Abuja will channel positive energy to the industry.
I expect that they should put this facility to the best use, optimum use, and make sure that it benefits for the purpose for which it was built is met.
It is meant to provide great wealth, great employment for the youth, for the women, and the less privileged in the community.
A tour of the industry follows by the facilitators alongside excited youths of the benefiting community. and other guests.
This, of course, is going to uplift this community, no doubt about that. You can see the ambience that this place provides and all the facilities plus water, power source that they are provided. I think, of course, I must commend the federal government, for thinking of these people.
Our aspiration is that the center will greatly enhance the capabilities of our young people.
When fully equipped, it is expected to compete with those in the Western world, a place that will develop the kinds of Mr. Ogbemudia in all areas.
Is getting on the tourism map, and we are following closely on its journey. Our cup is half full. More interesting stories after this break. Stay on the line. The internet has overwhelming benefits. For one, it places information on any subject at the fingertips. Social media especially has connected people across the world, making communication seamless and interactions faster. Imagine a world without the internet. You would immediately stop with imagination because we can no longer function adequately without it. On the other hand, the cyber world comes with a bag full of atrocities, and Oyinaya Kalu Oka will now examine the dangers of social media and its impact on the Nigerian society.
It was a lovely sunny day as I walked into a cyber cafe to take care of a business, and this transpired.
Hello everyone. Wow, everyone is busy, of course. They are all on the social media networking. It is now removing personal relationship, physical relationship, down to the media.
Analysts say social media addiction is killing real human ties and interaction.
I have 422 friends, yet I'm lonely. I speak to all of them every day, yet none of them really know me.
Can you live without the social media?
I doubt that is going to happen. Life without the social media is like going back to the Stone Age.
Conventional journalism is gradually taking the back seat, with everyone who has access to a phone and internet connection becoming a reporter. Political and personal differences are most times settled on social media sites, with blackmailers taking on their unsuspecting victims.
Stories that are unrealistic. So many lies have been told. Oh, this person has killed this person, or this and that has happened, which when you find out the stories are not true.
The growing rate of cybercrime is becoming alarming. In 2014, a report by the Center of Strategic International Studies estimated that the annual cost of cybercrime in Nigeria was about 127 billion naira.
I've had situations where you meet people on social media, they solicit for help, their parents are sick, their mother is dying in the hospital, they need financial assistance. By the time you send them the money, you notice that that is a dummy account. Nothing actually happened there. They will delete the account and the rest of that.
Global tracking of cyber attacks indicate that Nigeria is among countries with high cases of software piracy, intellectual property and theft.
One came to my phone yesterday and I saw it, but because we've been so warned, I sent a message back to the person that I should go and look for a better job to do.
The unfortunate incident of a young lady, Cynthia Osukogu, killed in 2012 by some Facebook friends, is still very fresh in the minds of some Nigerians. Given that at least 7.2 million Nigerians visit the Facebook daily, excluding other social networks like Twitter, MySpace and others, experts called for caution in giving out information.
I have experienced a situation where people become so negative online, so much as to affect emotionally.
The case of a victim of an email scam readily comes to mind. The victim, who I will simply refer to as Mr. Jack for security reasons, describes his ordeal as an experience he will not wish even an enemy.
The police came for my arrest, and they came with a letter stating that this engineer should be handed over to them, that he used his position as an engineer to commit fraud. There was an interaction between people online, that is through email, And eventually, the person involved that was defrauded, he had to put money into 2 different accounts. He forwarded the mails of the correspondence between him and, the person that was meant to send money to him. And with that, they found out that, okay, my email was involved.
According to social media experts, anyone can be a victim of the social media scam, so one has to be very careful.
Social media is a mixed bag of everything good, bad, and ugly, but we can caution ourselves. The high rate of international calls in Nigeria has been hijacked by some faceless fraudulent persons who illegally mask such calls with local numbers. In this report, Julieta Aino takes a look at the implication of this illegality on the Nigerian economy.
As the number of Nigerians living in the diaspora continues to increase, so does the number and rate of calls they make to relatives and friends living in Nigeria. Violet Okoro has loved ones living in Europe and America. She says for a while now, she has noticed that calls coming from her family and friends outside Nigeria have been displaying local Nigerian numbers on her phone.
I always get surprised. I would say, are you calling from Nigeria? Are you in Nigeria? What the app they will say no, that is from international. I will say, wow, Nigerian number is showing on my phone.
It appears this situation is not peculiar to Violet alone.
But I have family members outside the country, and I've noticed that whenever they call, it's either a glow number or an Etisalat number that shows. And even after I don't pick the call and they try me again, a different number is calling you. And then when you try to call back, it tells you, oh, this number doesn't exist. And having noticed that, I have to pick calls from unknown numbers. Yes, some of them might be scam, which has happened to me like quite a number of times, but I don't have a choice.
It's making us to be priests in the hand of 419. And oftentimes it causes problem between us and our friends, our families abroad, because they will have called several times and they will tell you that they've been calling, but you said that you have not seen the call, just because it's displaying Nigerian number. And so sometimes we have missed so many important calls, and that is not good enough.
Telecom experts say even though international call termination rates are gradually falling, they are still 10 times more expensive than domestic termination costs.
It's probably because of the high cost of international calls via the regular carrier, and also the tariffs levied by the government that instigates people to come up with such ideas to just make sure that they get the prices down.
They now use technology to illegally terminate international calls and defraud telecom companies of the proper call termination rates. Experts call it SIM box fraud. It is associated with call refiling and call masking.
They have a specialized box for doing that. It's connected to the internet. So instead of your call coming in via the telco, it comes over the internet. What they do also is to route the call through Nigerian SIM cards. Makes it look as if the call is actually a local call. That's another trick for them getting the cut from the international tariff.
Analysts say as much as 70% of international call traffic is terminated on illegal routes, costing the country billions of dollars.
NTC so far has been able to, they issued strong warning to some companies. They revoked some licenses for some companies. They were able to discover about 750,000 SIM cards that have been used for this.
While trying to get clarification on some of the issues raised by Nigerians during this report, we made numerous attempts to get answers from the Nigerian Communications Commission, but all our efforts to reach them for comments or get their take on the issue of illegal call termination were unsuccessful. It turns out that this development has some serious security implications on Nigerians.
Your calls can be recorded via this medium. These companies that provide these boxes, they give an additional service if you want to record calls that come through your box. If it's going to be a business call, for example, then you should know that any information given via such calls is at risk.
The activities of fraudsters terminating international calls locally have made many Nigerians vulnerable to taking calls they would otherwise not have taken, and even missing important calls from loved ones. A while ago, the Nigerian Communications Commission announced its intention to tighten the noose on call masking, call refiling, and SIM box fraud. They now need to implement solutions fast to terminate fraud in the market.
Julieta, for blowing the lead on that one. Moving on, cancer, though deadly, can be effectively treated if diagnosed early. But early detection can only be achieved if the people are aware of the disease. As the world marks the annual Cancer Awareness Month, Joy Ken Abakmoya takes a look at risk factors, prevalence rate, and treatment of prostate cancer in Nigeria.
Prostate cancer is one of the leading causes of death worldwide. It is the most common cancer suffered by men in Nigeria, with over 40,000 new cases diagnosed every year. Just like every cancer case, it is a silent killer and deadly if not detected early.
Prostate is one of the reproductive organs in a man and surrounds the urethra, which is the pathway through which urine comes out through a man. So the prostate surrounds it just at the base, close to the bladder. So when this prostate becomes cancerous, in this case, it begins to grow larger than normal.
World Health Organization statistics indicate that on a daily basis in Nigeria, 14 men die from prostate cancer, and 1 in 5 men will be diagnosed with the disease in their lifetime. Despite this, however, prostate cancer screening is not a common practice among men in Nigeria.
Screening test is simple, just your PSA, that's prostatic specific antigen. You should, after the age of 50, every 2 years, just go for it. If you come early, then the treatment is easier and it's cheaper. But if you come late, then it's more expensive.
What are the causes and symptoms of this disease said to be more prevalent among black men?
As a man is growing older, the prostate is going to grow bigger. If someone's father has prostate cancer, the person is not likely to have it because it's been said that the gene of prostate cancer is acquired, not inherited. Because of the location of the prostate, located very close to the base of the bladder, like I said earlier, when a man is having prostate cancer, the man will have difficulty with urination, and the person will urinate very often.
Interestingly, despite campaigns on the disease, it is observed that general awareness of prostate cancer in Nigeria is still low. How much information do Nigerians have about the disease?
I've been hearing about it. I don't know it personally. I'm not really aware of prostate cancer.
It's a sickness that has to do with men, especially to their private parts.
Given the fact that prostate cancer is curable if detected early, experts are calling for increased awareness.
You can contain cancer. Cancer doesn't have to kill you. All you need to do is present early. I still say about 50 to 80% of our population present late. At the time, it's difficult to do anything for them.
There are treatment options in Nigeria, and early detection is the best cure. Take note of that. You're still watching Newsline. Let's take our last break and return to wind down. Don't go away. You probably watched the video on social media of a young lady who got stripped naked by a group of men after accusing her of stealing an expensive mobile phone. The assailants not only beat her blue-black, they exposed her to the cameras as they smeared her privates with blended peppers. The video went viral, and the world demanded that the men be brought to book. The gory incident happened in Benin City, the Edo State capital. Obey Utobo Apresa brings us the latest.
This is the exact spot where the young girl was molested for allegedly stealing a phone. This is Sunny White Street in Igbuyoko quarters in Benin City. It is a very quiet area. Under normal circumstances, this environment wouldn't be making the news, but it is trending for the jungle justice that transpired here a few days ago.
I was at home that very day when my younger brother called me and he told me that something is going on here. So I came and I saw a naked girl that was beating a girl. They stripped the girl naked. They were asking her about a lost phone. So I was so surprised they were beating the girl, stripped the girl naked. What annoyed me most, that they put this pepper in the girl's private parts.
There are conflicting reports on what led to the incident. However, a source from the police headquarters says the victim, who is a commercial sex worker, was called by her friends to hang out in a hotel located in Ubuyoko quarters. Few minutes after arriving at the hotel, the victim decided to leave with her friends. Shortly after, the perpetrators were said to have stormed the hotel where the victim was lodging, accusing her of stealing an iPhone product worth over 400,000 naira. She was said to have been dragged to a native doctor, commonly known as one-man squad, to swear an oath. There, the native doctor allegedly confirmed she stole the iPhone product. What followed could best be described as man's inhumanity to man. This is one of many of such incidents that happen in neighborhoods across the country that rarely make the news. However, this particular incident is gaining global recognition after it was uploaded on the social media. But one wonders why people from such neighborhoods never come out when they hear such cries for help. So what did the area people do when they heard the girls shouting and screaming for help?
The major thing you suppose know as Nigeria today, the time that it happened, there is no men around, it's women. And the people doing that thing, they are dangerous, as people said, which is I'm not there. So they must be afraid to go there so that they should not do the same thing they are doing to that girl.
I believe the best thing they would have done is to report to the appropriate authority who will be able to raise justice and take the appropriate legal proceedings that will make sure that the stolen item is recovered. But the youth in that particular area indulging themselves in jungle justice, I believe, is something that is highly condemnable.
The Commissioner of Police, Edo State, could not comment on the issue as he was said to be away in Abuja on official assignment. But a source who spoke to us off camera confirmed to us that arrests have been made concerning the issue of the girl that was molested over the stolen phone. The source also told us that further investigations will be carried out to ensure that the perpetrators are arrested and brought to justice.
There is no excuse for jungle justice. The law will take its course. That's our program this week. We hope your evening with us was a delight. And Ali Baba is here. He's getting ready for his show, which comes up right after this. Hello, Ali.
Yeah, I'm here. We were ready to vote, but we didn't vote. We understand that INEC has better plans, so we'll wait for the next step.
Yeah, we'll wait. I hope you had a great Valentine, by the way.
Oh, yes, I did. My daughter was born on Valentine Day.
Yeah, I saw you on Instagram. Great. All right, make sure you watch his show and stay patriotic, okay? From all of us in the house, I say good night and God bless Nigeria.